Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the DC Club Infinite Earth's Starman. Now this, of course, is the third version of Starman that we've received in the DC Universe Classics line, this one being the Thom Kallor version. The figure comes in the new DC Club Infinite Earth's Signature Collection Windows-style box, completely showcasing the figure within, with the Signature Collection logo up top. On both the side and the back of the box, we get some really cool artwork of the character within, along with a bio for the character. Now, I actually was kind of excited to get this figure, mainly because I've always been a fan of this particular costume. I just really like the design of it. I don't really have a personal attachment to the character, but I always thought this costume really stood out as something cool. It's kind of the same feeling I have about Moon Knight in Marvel's universe. It's just a cool costume, therefore makes a really cool looking action figure. I've just always really liked the look of the solid black with the star field on it, and it's really cool how Mattel and the Four Horsemen handled this. The figure is actually cast in a smoky, clear, translucent plastic. It's not very translucent, but you can tell when looking at it in person, and when you hold it up to the light, you can really see it. It's a very dark, smoky look, but it's a really cool look at the same time. And mixed in with that translucent plastic are all of the glittery little specks of the star field. I think this looks really cool and gives the figure an overall very special feel. The eyes on the mask, the gloves, and the boots are all painted a pearlized white, so even they have a really nice shine to it that really meshes well with that translucent black with the specks in it. Now this is one thing really cool about this figure that you don't normally see in DC Universe Classics. Starman comes with an interchangeable head. Now the head just pops right off of the ball joint underneath, and in its place you can pop on the unmasked head of Thom Kallor. Now this is a really nice head sculpt. I love the stern look on his face. I think the hair is perfectly done, and you've got to love that really epic manly beard. It's a really awesome display alternative, and I think it's fantastic that something like this was included. It kind of helps to drive home that now that these are subscription figures, we can get some cool little extras like this interchangeable head. Now, if you're at all familiar with DC Universe Classics, you know what to expect with his articulation here. The figure utilizes pretty much the standard male buck, and the sculpt otherwise is exactly what you'd see in any other figure. He does feature the two closed fists, and his articulation goes as follows. His head can look left and right and slightly up and down, and it is still solid even though it's interchangeable on a ball joint. He's got ball-like cuts at the shoulders, allowing for a full 360 degrees turn and moving up and down. He's got twist at the bicep, single joints at the elbows, and twist at the wrist. He's got a torso cut articulation, allowing for up and down movement, a twist at the waist. The legs can split outwards and forwards and backwards. You got a twist at the thigh cut. You have a single joint at the knee, and then single joints at the ankles. So all in all, the articulation is very basic for these types of figures, and you can still get some pretty good posing out of him. Now this figure may not have been too high on anybody's demand list, but personally, I really like this one. I know I'm a sucker for translucent plastics, and as I already said, I've just always liked the look of this costume. Not necessarily attached to the character, but the costume is cool, and therefore he makes for a really cool looking action figure that I personally am happy to add to my display shelf. He will help complete some of your team, so if you want to display him with your Legion of Superheroes figures, or maybe with your JSA, he should fit right in at home. This version of Starman is part of the DC Club Infinite Earth subscription and will be available on MattyCollector.com in July 2012. Until next time.